Imagine living in fear for decades, knowing a ruthless killer is lurking in the shadows, taunting, writing letters, and eluding justice. The Zodiac Killer, one of the most infamous serial murderers in American history, was exactly that. For over 50 years, the world asked the same question: who was he? But now, with the latest advancements in DNA technology, we may finally have the answer that could end the mystery once and for all. In the late 1960s, the Zodiac Killer terrorized Northern California, striking fear into the hearts of residents and leaving cryptic ciphers, chilling letters, and a trail of unsolved murders. He seemed unstoppable. Every clue led to a dead end, and every victim left behind added to the horror. It was a case that baffled investigators, sparked endless theories, and haunted the public for generations. But what if I told you that recent DNA breakthroughs have uncovered new evidence, revealing a prime suspect and pushing this cold case closer to closure? The Zodiac case was like a puzzle with too many missing pieces. The killer was bold, taunting law enforcement with letters that mocked their inability to catch him. Each murder scene was meticulously cleaned, leaving behind little to no evidence that could lead to his identity. The cryptic ciphers he sent to the media were a psychological game meant to confuse, frustrate, and terrify. Law enforcement faced a monumental challenge. How could they catch someone who left behind no tangible clues? For years, technology was not on their side. Investigators had DNA from crime scenes and letters, but the tools to analyze it effectively didn't exist. This wasn't just a race against time. It was a race against advancing technology. Would they find answers before the killer's identity was lost forever? Enter the power of modern DNA forensics. In recent years, the world of criminal investigation has been transformed by breakthroughs in genetic genealogy, technology that allows DNA samples from cold cases to be cross-referenced with public databases. This was a tool investigators needed to break through the fog of uncertainty. In 2018, after decades of being shrouded in mystery, the infamous Golden State Killer was captured using DNA genealogy, setting a precedent for hope in solving other cold cases. And soon, investigators turned their focus to the Zodiac Killer. They began re-examining the evidence, particularly the letters. Could the Zodiac have unknowingly sealed his fate with a lick of a stamp? The answer came in the form of new DNA testing techniques. Slowly, clues started to emerge, each one inching them closer to identifying the man behind the ciphered letters. The pivotal moment arrived when investigators announced they had identified a prime suspect using DNA evidence, Francis Poste. The discovery was chilling. Poste, a man who had lived in Northern California, fit the Zodiac's profile in many unsettling ways. He had a history of violence and eerily seemed to match witness descriptions. DNA evidence found on the Zodiac's letters led detectives to tie Poste to the case, shedding light on one of the darkest chapters of American crime history. This revelation sent shockwaves throughout the true crime community. Could Poste really be the Zodiac Killer? Forensic experts, amateur sleuths, and the families of the victims were all desperate for closure. While definitive proof is still being gathered, the implications of this breakthrough have given hope that justice, long denied, is finally within reach. The Zodiac Killer case has haunted generations, but recent advancements in DNA technology have transformed the investigation. What was once a mystery buried beneath years of unsolved murders and cryptic messages is now closer than ever to being solved. The name Francis Poste brings us one step closer to closing a chapter that has weighed heavily on the minds of investigators, the families of victims, and true crime enthusiasts worldwide. While this may not be the definitive end, it's a reminder that no case is truly unsolvable. With the right technology and perseverance, justice is always within reach, even if it takes decades. What do you think about this breakthrough? Do you believe Francis Poste is a Zodiac Killer? Or is there more to the story? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to catch more deep dives into unsolved mysteries. Check out my other videos, you never know which one might be solved next.